Just here, walking in one of the main streets in Prague. I'm here at a pizza and pasta factory in Prague, and I have met up with Adam from Scotland. So we're just having a pizza, which is massive, and a proper tanker of beer as well. So we're just going to enjoy this. So yeah, pizza and pasta here in Prague. So yeah, proper Scot having a drink. So yeah, we're just going to have these drinks and then have a look round, maybe keep drinking. I know where I'm staying is having some drinking games, so we might end up there as well. But yeah, fun. Checked into Miro 1 in Prague. Really nice kitchen and the lounge area with the guitar and games and everything there. Keeping it clean by having your trainers there as soon as you come in. But it's a really nice setup here, really friendly staff. Even the bunk beds and everything there are really sturdy. It's a really good place. I'd recommend it. So just grabbing breakfast in Newtown in Prague, and just two guys, Will and Philip, that I met at the hostel. So we're just having all-you-can-eat breakfast here. So yeah, at Taller, all you can eat for as long as you want for like a tenner. Really good idea, and obviously it's a lot nicer today than it was yesterday, which was raining. So yeah, lots of nice groups out, and check out the rest of the day. But this is in Newtown. Obviously a lot of stuff you're going to be seeing and you'd want to go and check out is probably in Old Town as well, so just make sure you're in the right area. But see what the rest of the day is. And we've just come to Prague's Old City Town Hall here. It's a very long walk spiraling upwards, but it is worth it because then these are the kind of views you're looking at. You can see for absolute miles. You have an amazing view of the entire city, as you can see here. And if you're just looking for something between touristy, cultured, everywhere in between, this has got to be one of the main sites for you because you get to take in so much more of the city and even potentially see buildings that you may want to go and visit in the coming days. Absolutely worth the money. So I am just coming up to the bridge in Prague to go over and go to Prague Castle, which is really nice. Obviously just came from the old town hall, which was amazing, and just makes Prague looks even nicer than it actually is. Although it is beautiful as it is, it looks even nicer up the top. Then it's not that expensive to get up there. And now I'm on to Prague Castle, and away from that metal when they're redoing the bridge as well. This is the kind of view you are getting on this bridge. Absolutely beautiful. When we look at Prague Castle, something to remember is it isn't just one building. We have things like the cathedral, as well as little shops you can go in and out of. There's rows of medieval knights' armour and torture chambers and so much more. There are so many different prices and tickets that you can actually get, so it's good to know what kind of things you're going to be looking at before you go in. But it's definitely worth the money and checking out and then just chilling out for the day in the grounds. So I am back in the kind of main square near Old Town. It is split up here into Old Town and New Town. I would say the far more touristy bit is Old Town. It's where you're going to pick up a lot of stuff you need. And then New Town has far more of the kind of restaurants and maybe clothes shops and things you might be looking for. But for a better experience, as you can see from those around me, you want to be coming into Old Town. There's plenty of things to do. I'll be going up on one of the kind of spire tours as well, and there's so many of these things to do, so it's definitely worth it. If you're in Prague, you've got to head down into Old Town, try out the different food. There is one food that I'm going to try shortly, which is said to be local but actually isn't. We're going to try it out, and we're going to try a lot of things around here. So for me, the first food I'm going to be having today from around here is actually traditional, is the baraki, which I'm sure I have absolutely butchered the saying of that, but potato pancakes are very much part of Czech food. So I'm going to have some of those, and then I'll show you the one that seems to be incredibly popular, and yet it's from the next country over, in potentially even further away, as you'll have seen from my other videos. But the potato pancakes has got to be a must, especially I'm vegetarian, but I can always find something that's local that tastes amazing, and this is going to be my treat from Prague. Go. There we go. That is delicious. Now I've had it with kraut as well, sauerkraut, and I would definitely recommend giving this a go. This is the far more traditional. You get similar things. You get lagos and stuff, which obviously is a potato, but you get that in like surrounding areas. They've even got a hut for it here for lagos, which is kind of regional. Potato cakes are far more specific to Czech food, so those potato pancakes are definitely one to go for. Have them with the kraut, far more traditional, tastes far better. The one that isn't actually traditional, but you'll see it everywhere, is the tradelnik, or chimney cake. Now, if anyone watches my my videos regularly, you'll have seen in Hungary I got chimney cake as well, and this is actually more likely to be Slovakian treat, or even Hungarian. It is not traditional Czech. A lot of people go, oh well, if it's here, but it only really appeared about 10 or 15 years ago, but since it has, it's a little bit smaller than you'd expect other places, however almost always full of ice cream. It's very, very hard to find this kind of without some kind of filling, which is a little bit different than you'll find. So they have taken their little thing with it, they have added to it, but it is not traditional Czech. The stuff I had earlier definitely was, but this is just a favourite of the region. As you can see, it's a pretty sunny day. I'm just down here by the water in Prague. Suggested to come here by a couple of the people at Dirty Nelly's, the Irish bar, which is really nice. I managed to get breakfast there this morning, and really, really helpful staff. And they've suggested to come here, which is Kaplavka. Probably said that completely wrong. But this is a suggestion of theirs to kind of be able to chill out. And as you'll see behind me, it's basically people grabbing a drink, chilling out, maybe having some lunch, and nothing too ruckus, but not boring either. It's just a nice area that everyone seems to be down to. And all of the ice cream shops, I've noticed, are massively packed up. So I don't think you'll find the heat that we have today is that common here in Czechia. So with Miro 1, you do get an evening meal as well, making sure that everyone is having a hearty meal before we get ready to go out for the pub crawl.
Hey, so I'm here with guys for a pub crawl. I'm on from the hostel and we're just going around a load of places. A bit blurry, but hopefully you'll see me in a nicer picture in the next. But having fun in a pub crawl. See ya.
So Czechia, and specifically Prague, has definitely kept its name as being one of the party cities in Europe. Now, I think there are a lot more cities that have a lot more fun, but as you can tell, it is midnight on the weekend here, and there are still so many people out and around, out and about. All of the pubs are still open, there are restaurants still open, so if you're looking for something, you better find it here. And there's plenty of people coming here. Now, it has increased in price quite significantly in the last few years, so if you're hoping for a really cheap few nights of fun and games with your friends, this may not be the cheapest to come to, but it's still considered to be a definite party city, so you should just get yourselves out here and give it a go for yourself. So I am just having a wander now over to the bus to get to the airport, but it is a Sunday, and as you can probably see in the background, it doesn't slow down here. It's definitely one thing to know about Prague, specifically that it is not a city that really sleeps at all. I know that's been said of many cities, but Prague probably holds it the most of any city I've been in. It's very much, as I've said, a party town, but it's also just a town of culture. It's also a town or city that just has something for everyone. It has the museums, it has the nice restaurants, it has the good hotels, it has the river walks, it has everything. And then at night, everything else kicks up just that extra little gear. So if you're looking for something different, this is definitely a place to come. Now, is it more expensive than it used to be? Yes. It is not as cheap as those days that many remember before lockdown, but it doesn't mean that it's somewhere you should skip. It's definitely worth checking out and see what you think for yourself.